How quickly did you find Nicole once the decision was made?
Our fertility clinic had given me a list of different agencies to check out, Nicole's being one of them. And Nicole was just the most intimate, and I felt like when I had reached out to the different clinics, she understood me the most. So it's why I ended up going there.
Nicole, the million-dollar question, how does someone decide that they want to become a surrogate? How was this for you?
We were done having our kids. We, had 2 beautiful kids of our own, and I love being pregnant. I love it. I love getting big and gaining weight.
I enjoyed my pregnancy. I don't know if I loved it. I love the end result of it. But you loved being pregnant.
I do.
But that's one thing to love being pregnant for the child that you are bringing into the world. What makes you so special of a person that you want to do this for someone else?
You hear these stories, these really sad stories of women who go through, multiple IVF, the process and all of that. And it's so easy for me to get pregnant. It just happens. And you just want to help them.
What did your husband think of? As you pointed out, you had children of your own. You have a husband. Pregnancy should never be taken lightly. Even in the healthiest person, something can go wrong. Yeah. How did you work this out with your own family?
I'm pretty headstrong, and when I want to do something, I'm going to do it.
So you told your husband not ask him if
I kind of did, yes. But we discussed it, and actually, originally, we knew this 2 women, this couple that we were really good friends with, and they wanted to adopt, and they did not get picked. And so we were going to have a baby for them.
Is there a process of matching beyond, personality that's required here?
There's a lot of, besides personality, you really have to have the same, as far as if something was to go wrong during the pregnancy, you have to have those same beliefs and kind of be on that same page.
Do you have to have the same blood type? Do you have to have the same medical background? Nothing.
They definitely do extensive medical testing as well as psychological evaluations. Mm-hmm. And our fertility clinic, knowing that we literally had 1 embryo, that's all that made it, and there was just no room for error.
How intimidating is that, though? You're taking the 1 embryo. You live miles, hundreds of miles away. You live.
Mm-hmm. She was I think, more concerned about the 1 embryo than I was.
I had 1 chance. It had to take. It was very scary. I'd never had that pressure in my life.
How often were you seeing one another?
Often. I would fly out for the doctor's appointments. We would speak on the phone, Skype all the time.
As a child, you knew you wanted to represent families because this was personal for you.
Correct. It was some of the earliest memories I had was my mom being a surrogate. And at that age, you don't really understand that this is different or it's something that people aren't familiar with because I grew up around it.
You're 35. I said your mom was one of the pioneers.
Yes. Back at that time, they actually didn't have IVF, or at least it wasn't as developed as it is now. Mm-hmm. So her first journey was a traditional surrogate.
Which means?
It was her eggs and the father's sperm. And that produced 1, and he's now out of college, which is really nice. The second time around, IVF had developed to the point where gestational surrogacy, which is where you use full IVF, so the parents' full gametes. Mm-hmm. She did that, and there was twin girls from that journey.
Wow. And your wife is a part of this journey, too.
Yes. Yeah. About 9 years ago, my wife donated eggs as well to a lovely gay couple in Norway. And there's now 4 of those kids running around.
Oh, wow. When you look at where we are now with surrogacy, and again, I try to resist naming all of these different celebrities because by the numbers, the people who don't live their life in the public eye outnumber the celebrity headlines.
Oh, significantly. And it's like you said earlier, it's your neighbors, it's your family, it's your friends. Every day we're trying to make access better where we can bring it to more people that need it.
Well, access, though, it's by the numbers, if this is correct, you could spend around $100,000 or more. Yeah. $150,000. That limits access significantly.
Absolutely. And the science is getting better every day. There's programs out there, there's financial assistance. Yeah. So access is definitely something that we're trying to focus on.
But there